What's up, people? I want to shout out to my fans and subscribers. Shout out to Arm Wrestling Uncensored, who is still sponsoring me. For all those of you who think not or are confused about it, I guess here we go again. It's 2 episodes in a row. Ladies first. Going to start right here. Basically, like 2 hours and 48 minutes into it. As you can see, I did take quite a few notes, a few things I wanted. So basically, from 2 hours and 48 minutes ish or whatever into that 98 live feed, we're going to break this down. All right. First point was when Stephanie was begging for t-shirts for her and Lucky, and then eventually Ryan Grondin jokingly said, "You got to arm wrestle Eric Harlan in order to get those t-shirts." Stephanie said something that no one wants to do explicitly. Nobody wants to pull me. I don't already have an established opponent at AWU 5. I don't have William Brewer who wants to smash my ass over the table. Yeah, speak for yourself, Stephanie. As far as I go with that. Ryan Grinding with his comment that I got bigger issues. There's nobody attacking no women. I have not attacked any woman. I mean, what? Seriously, do I need to expound on the definition on what attacking is? If you're referring, obviously, to my live where I started off talking about, a situation with Elizabeth, that was me just squashing that. I have nothing more to say about that woman, period. That was not me attacking her. I'm not and have not been making any posts attacking anybody, nor Lucky. What I find sick here is as you go on in chronological order, Ryan Grinding keeps making this thing like, "Oh, Eric got shot by lesbians," and Lucky laughs. She's got some dark humor there for real. It's funny when somebody gets shot until you get shot, right? I'm just saying. And that's not me. That is not me implying anything. I'm just saying, yeah, it's like that saying goes, it's funny until the rabbit's got the gun. Or another one is, put yourself in that person's shoes, basically. But anyways, see here. Then it goes on with the racist stuff. If he wasn't, Lucky's words. Andrew's question was so explicitly. So when you say he's racist, does that mean his racism is going to make him cause imminent harm to those he's racist against? Lucky said yes. That racist shit is so old, Ryan. It's been squashed, bro. And you still keep feeding, keep throwing out, It is so redundant. The interesting thing here about that, right? With the question that Andrew asked, Lucky said yes, but Ryan Grondin explicitly said, "We don't know for sure." Fair enough. That's assuming I'm racist, number one, which, I mean, yeah, you idiots think whatever the fuck you want to. I don't give a shit. As far as I'm concerned, y'all, all of y'all have fallen for the trap. And I'm not going to spell it out for you. Y'all can figure that shit out of what I'm talking about. Anyways, there's only one person who may know that. All right, so Lucky feels threatened supposedly by my racism 2 hours and 51 minutes into the live feed. All right, now here's the thing about my record, right? And all of you people can look this up on the Augusta Chronicle. And once you do, does it say anything about stalking in there? Because Lucky explicitly says he has a record for stalking and invading a home. My charges were first-degree burglary and aggravated assault with possession of knife in the commission of the crime. Yes, I invaded a home, but I was stalking? What, because it was my ex's place? You know, this was something that even the authorities, when this crime was committed, I'm going to tell you right now, what I did had nothing to do with anybody in that trailer. Me and my ex baby mama were on good terms. This was no fucking domestic bullshit whatsoever. And Lucky says, I am on his radar. You're on my radar, Lucky, huh? Wow. Boy, you just really just keep revving it up. You know, I've already got the gist that, you know, you're on that let's get Eric Harlan bandwagon. You've been on that even before this, as far as I'm concerned. And by the way, so I was lying about what happened at Alabama. You may want to go back to a message you sent on one of my last lives and edit that message so nobody else can see it. Because you openly admitted, you didn't mention a name, but you said somebody contacted you, and you did say, in all fairness, I didn't know if I was. But later on that day, because I did make a post on that same day, the 17th of February, where I tagged in Glenn Brooks. It was 2 pictures front and back of my medal and a little clip that I had done before the tournament even started, when I was sitting around people who actually know me a little bit more than you idiots do, who like to assume shit and berate people with your assumptions. So she feels threatened by my criminal history. Ooh. Boy, if we were all judged by our pasts, Jesus. Another thing here, this is Lucky saying this explicitly, when I don't do anything to someone and they are stalking me, tagging me. Now, in all fairness, I did tag you, I guess that's what they call it, on YouTube, to get free views. But I mean, supposedly, according to a female coworker who I'm close with a little bit, according to her, that's supposedly internet stalking or whatever. So from here on out, you ain't got to worry about that, except for this one, because I will tag you on this one so you can see everything. I mean, but obviously you may not, because you think I hate you. I do not hate you, Lucky. Yes, I said what I said. And y'all overlooked the 2 positive things that I said about you. What you're really pissed off about is the fact that I talked to a promoter. The context of this is I talked to David Kotlow out of curiosity because I was talking to Jocelyn before this, right? I had just met her. We just talked back and forth, and I had seen, her bench pressing 315 fucking pounds, which is fucking amazing for a woman who's like 5'9" or 5'10". But anyways, so I was curious because I had told Jocelyn I was going to talk to David for her, see about maybe seeing about having her on the show or whatever. So I talked to him. I asked him what female he had in mind. He said Lucky. I said what I said, as you all have fucking heard. And I said those two positive things in there. I mean, all I got to say is fuck what I say, right? I mean, if you don't have any health problems, then don't lose the weight, I mean, body positivity, fuck what everybody thinks. Take me as a prime example. I mean, I do, but I don't care about what fuckers think about me. Hell, it's even entertaining too. But, because you got to know yourself, okay? So that's what I would say and encourage you. It's like, if you're losing the weight, if you don't have any health problems, just keep doing you, But if you really want to do that, that's cool, And then I said you had a cute face, But anyways, just emphasize the negative over the positive. And all of y'all claim to be so positive and all about the arm wrestling community and not banning anybody and fuck bans and stuff about the whole Ingen bullshit and everything. And what has Paul Italian done on his own Buzz show? He tried to hit the red button on me, man, saying I'm a wacky dude. Everybody stay away from me. Woo. Ryan Grinding fucking trying to get me banned and everything. So I said what I said, as y'all know, and then I mentioned Jocelyn to him, and that's the whole context of that. You're just basically pissed off because, and the thing is I gave my opinion, David Kotlow's going to do what he wants to do, but I just thought he should consider somebody else who's been in the sport more than since last December. But, this may be your chance to go AW5, and more power to you. All right, let's see here. Got that. All right, here, and I really shout out to Andrew Wood. He's not as dumb as you think he is. He's actually, it's really nice to know. Excuse me. I really find it comforting and take security in knowing that there is some intelligent life forms out there. Because this big thing that Andrew Wood spoke about really hit everything on the head. When you're a part of social media, you do basically become a public figure. And you could be living your life like Mother Teresa, and people will still have negative shit to say about you. That's why, one of the reasons, I don't give a fuck what people think. I'm just glad they're giving me an audience. But anyways, all right. This is explicit words of Andrew Wood right here. If you're making yourself a public figure, people are going to have those private conversations about you. That's what you're inviting. Now, Ryan Grandin said, no, you're not right. That's bullshit. Ryan Grandin, you're fucking stupid, bruh. Because that is so fucking true. For real. Andrew continued, it's not respectful to anyone involved to take that private conversation of describing or criticizing or lamenting about a public figure and thinking that they are doing that as a peer. When Candy Passmore got on the 2 Fridays ago, 98 Live, right? And when she started talking about me, I seriously hit up Paul Passmore. The only reason why I have his phone number is because of a future tournament that I plan on attending. Oh, by the way, whoever the fuck started that rumor about me going to his house early in May for a practice was bullshit. Just to squash that. Whoever the fuck started that, I mean, you people are so fucking weak-minded. I mean, do y'all really believe everything you fucking hear, see, or read without doing your homework and going to the source and just assuming shit? I mean, for real. So, and they talk to good, you grind is like, oh, so what do you think, Paul Passmore's going to do to Eric if you show? That was such useless bullshit talk because I never had plans at all to go over there for a practice. I practice with other people, okay? Not to say that I wouldn't ever, but now that all this conversation and shit's been said, I mean, I know Paul Passmore, and y'all need to follow also the wisdom of Paul Passmore, because obviously Ryan Grinding tried to suck his ass into that stupid ass drama and bullshit. And what did Paul Passmore do? He handled it like a man, and I shout out to Paul Passmore for that. But I gotta say, Candy Passmore, you made yourself look like a fool because of the simple fact that that was a private conversation. This would be totally different, like Andrew Wood said, if I talked to her personally like that, or I made a public post like that, okay? For real. This whole bullshit and drama, because of one fact I've stated so far, should be fucking squashed. It was a private, and fuck every single one of y'all who want to curse me for my private opinions and thoughts on somebody else. Because y'all, I don't tell y'all how to wipe y'all's ass. I mean, for real. Hey, Jay Coben. He didn't do nothing to Passmore. What it was is on 2 Fridays ago, when Paul Passmore made a cameo appearance, Ryan Grinding tried sucking him into saying some possibly negative things about me. But I mean, Paul Passmore and me I was at Alabama State, so was he, but I never approached him. I've never said anything bad about him. Paul Passmore, shit, I remember hearing his name right over a year ago when I started training from the guys in the group. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? But me and him don't have no beef. But anyways, so let me continue here. Appreciate you watching, Jay Coben. I know you miss me and Nanya on the show, but Grinding's trying to be more professional. As if. All right, so continuing. All right, so we're blah, 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 blah. But basically, y'all really need to go back to that and really listen. His vocabulary, Andrew Wood's vocabulary, is interesting in the song, but he really hits it home. He kind of put a stunner on them all. But still, Ryan Grinding is like, but he's done so much more than that. He's attacked Liz. He said some racist shit. I'm like, bro, the racist shit is superfluous. That's been squashed. The only thing that exists still now is the fact that supposedly I'm all sizzle and no steak, according to Jody Williams, which is an idiom that actually means I'm all show and no substance. I got one thing for you on that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm all sizzle and no steak, I'm not an actual competitor. Hell, you'll want to know something today? There was a guy, I'm not going to mention his name out of respect, but there was a guy who used to be a part of the original group that I trained with. Me and him had differences months ago, right? We fucking are talking again. And he just came to my house earlier and we practiced. That motherfucker is strong. but I've gotten stronger. So, yeah. I'm all show and no substance, Jody. And by the way, since you want to talk like that, sir, respectfully, some time ago on the Ryan Espy, the Can-Am connection, Ryan Espy and Jody Williams, I sent a super chat asking Jody his top achievement in his entire career in arm wrestling. Y'all want to know what it is? I thought he was going to say when he finally got on Arm Wars, because in my book, that's a hell of an achievement. But no, he said his highest achievement in arm wrestling was that he got second in the worlds in the IFA in the Masters class. And I'm all showing no substance. And you've been in the sport for like 15 years, bruh. And that's the best you could have done with all that motherfucking time. Oh, and I got one up on you too, son. I bet you've never been, when you were an amateur, right? I bet you never got sponsored to an event. Full paid flight and 2 nights at a hotel? That's unheard of. But I did it. When Paul Italian and everybody else who fits in this shoe, right? If the shoe fits, all you motherfuckers doubted me. And now look at you. Every single probably damn one of you are hating on me because I did the impossible. Well, technically, I did most of the impossible because obviously it's my job to sell myself as an arm wrestler. And obviously I did something good because Kotlo ultimately made the decision. So again, shout out to Arm Wrestling Uncensored, Paul Italia. You are a piece of shit still because, oh, and by the way, arm guides, you're not getting any more of my money. I'm tired of hitting you fools up. Y'all want to have this stupid ass. I loved it. I thought it was entertaining, right? But it wasn't real. That cut and bleeding out the mouth over a beer can hitting the side of the head, nah. Now, while the camera was turned this way, I mean, any arm wrestling fans know you got the tape right here and then you got the blade hidden in there. Then you take it out real quick, cut yourself, and then he probably put a tablet in his mouth too to make it bleed and everything. I mean, come on. Arm guides, I've been, even when I had another sponsor through Unrivaled Productions, Jen Cochran, I mean, I'm hitting y'all up and I'm like, bruh, y'all want a real shit? Y'all get me and Ryan Grondin in a match. I can't promise what I'll do, but I'm telling you right now, play what games? I don't understand. Oh yeah, I do got the hardware to prove it. You got that shit right. And God willing, there will be more to come. Because I do plan on competing in a tournament here in the future. Oh, no. There won't be no silly fake games with me and Ryan Grondin. That is a real rivalry, and I really want to get my hands on that fat fuck. There ain't nothing fake about that. But see, Arm Gods wants to have these professional guys or whatever, like, I mean, the beer can over the head after pulling the beard was old. It was great for that one time with him and Paul Maiden. But they basically repeated it and did some WWE shit with the the slicing the head and everything while the cameras turned. I mean, Arm Guys, like I said, they ain't getting my money no more because I sent a $20 super chat, right, asking Paul to explain himself on why, because I put a Facebook post out there showing proof off my phone and everything, even showing Paul's own personal cell phone number through all the text messages that I did on this, where Paul wanted me to basically, figuratively speaking, shoot my ass in the foot when I was being offered the sponsorship from David Kotlo, right? He wanted me to play games with Kotlo about it, like they played games with him, talking about Paul Italia. And he wanted me to trust him he didn't name nobody, but he said, I'll make you a match in the future. And you can see all this in that post on my Facebook page, right? straight up. So, anyways, I sent the $20 super chat. You know what Paul Italia did? He ducked the whole fucking question, and he talked about how I'm a racist, how we met, all this other extra bullshit, and my question was not even respected. And because of that, that is a reflection on Paul Maiden run his retarded ass, as far as I'm concerned. Because, I mean, Armed Gods, I mean, y'all had your chance, you know. Oh, I'm not sponsored anymore by Unrivaled because, I mean, I have trust issues, basically. If the shit was on paper, I'd have felt more comfortable. And I told James Cochran that anyways. But anyways, I have had some talks, though. But, I mean, all I'm concerned about is what I can control right now. Let me see here some other points. You know what's interesting is that later on in this conversation on the live, Ryan Grandin said, you shouldn't share private conversations, but Eric has done more. I think I talked about that earlier. We're going to skip over that. I've supposedly attacked Liz. And again, I'm not and am not and will not be attacking any other females or have attacked any females. I don't mind. I don't mind, or I mean, I somewhat peek in on the ladies' podcasts and stuff, but it's mostly. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really good television or whatever you know. But it's good. You know, I like what they're trying to do. It does kind of come off a little sexist because it's just women. I mean, but I'm not saying it is sexist. It's just, you know, because it's all women, but I don't know. More power to the women. You know, there's been constant talks on what can be done to help promote, and some of the arguments I've heard on what could help women be more promoted is about sponsorships and stuff, which costs money. I mean, women, you cannot turn arm wrestling and the sport into like an OnlyFans or a Patreon page where you can get money from a simp or whatever, you know, for attention or whatever. I mean, arm wrestling is its own thing and it will stay that way. I mean, the facts are, and you all can look this up on the aerarms.com site. Even Corey Miller a few Friday nights ago, or I believe the last time he was on a 98 Live, the total amount of women that are in the arm wrestling sport in the U.S. in the 50 states, right, is only like a little over 400 or around 500, right? Maybe 600, as opposed to thousands of men in the sport. In general, women just want to do women things. They do not want to do any hard labor or hard work that is required of an arm wrestler getting into this sport in general, okay? You have to be someone special, like a Jocelyn Brisson, who's single, who doesn't have kids, has no baggage, who can focus on the sport. Because I'm just telling you right now, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, women with children who want to arm wrestle and stuff, that's fine. But you're never going to be mainstream or at the top level in the women's division. That's just not going to happen because your attentions and everything are going to be too spread out. I would argue that really, I mean, if you have kids and stuff like that, you might as well stay home, you know? I mean, because the whole point in getting into this sport is to excel and to be in that top percentage, you know, and be a big name like Sarah Bankman or what have you, you know? And that takes a lot of time and dedication. You just can't do that when you have baggage, okay? Give me a moment. I had to turn my earphones back on. For some reason, after 30 minutes, it likes to shut off. But anyways, hopefully this clears up some things. You know, I really have been keeping my silence about this and listening to everything, that everybody's saying about me and stuff, I do appreciate my true fans and followers and subscribers. Yeah. Ain't nobody attacking Lucky. Lucky's just pissed off because I spoke in context against her because David Kotlow had considered having her at the event. And I told him to think about Jocelyn Brisson for logical reasons. I mean, she's been in the sport since 2019. The woman is bench pressing 315 pounds. I'm telling you, round 4 of this women's round robin, if she beats Sarah Backman, I told her she needs to be going for Gabriella. For real. I'm telling you, if Jocelyn keeps going the way she's going and focuses, I'm telling you, she's going to be by far the next #1 female in the world. I believe I have said everything. David Shell, bro, you are so wrong, man. So wrong. But I'm not going to get into that. Just basically, I'm not attacking women. I'm not against women. I'm not whatever, So I'm going to end it right here. Thank y'all for watching. Hope this clears up some things. Y'all have a good one.